Now the government has brought in a special law. Under the special law, the Chief Justice of India has been replaced by a union minister. Two questions that arise. First, has the government subverted the Supreme Court judgment? The answer is no. This is not a subversion. The Supreme Court had given the authority to the government to bring in a law to lay down a statutory mechanism to appoint the CEC and the election commissioners in this country. That's point number one. Secondly, other than the authority to bring in a law, there was also a spirit of the judgment. The spirit of the judgment was about the federal structure, transparency of process, accountability that must be sought from the elected government of the day and any process that exists. Has the government really passed that test? Does this bill pass the test that was set by the Supreme Court of India? Now, many argue, including the opposition party, that the fact that Chief Justice of India has been done away with and a union minister has been brought in completely tilts the balance in favor of the elected government of the day. And it's 1 versus 2 on a 3-member panel, and the government will have the sway in deciding who the chief election commissioner or the election commissioners are going to be. That is one argument that ought to be considered. But legally speaking, the government has the right to bring in a law. Secondly, the bill does not give the entire power to the executive or the elected government of the day. There is the presence of the leader of opposition that gives some semblance of accountability or a free or a fair process that exists. To what extent should the executive really have control is a question that has been left to debate and discussion. After the government has brought in this law, there is a political debate which is happening in the country, will happen for the times to come. But unless there is a petition at the Supreme Court that argues that, look, this law is wrong or this is a subversion of your judgment, it is good to go. The election commissioner and the chief election commissioner are going to be appointed by this latest law that has been brought in by the government. 2 points that I want to reiterate. One, this is not a subversion of the Supreme Court judgment. And second, the extent to which the government has complied with the spirit of the judgment, that remains open to debate.